And welcome into episode 56 of the Avetts and Beyond. My name is Todd Emanuele, and we have some special guests this week, very special guests. I'm going to give her top billing this week. Hazel Mossberger is here joining me for the show, and her dad, Tim, who's been a three-time guest on the show and one-time host, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. But thank you guys for coming on with me here tonight.
Yeah, good to be here.
She's gonna be quiet. She's gonna be shy. But I know it's almost bedtime too. So that my youngest daughter's been asleep for about an hour and a half already. She was tired today, so you're staying up late, but you're an hour before us. Anyway, that's beside the point. So Hazy, can I call you Hazy? Is that okay? Okay. I know you're a big music fan, right? So tell me, who is your favorite artist? I know that's a big question because you listen to a lot of different music. Tell me who your favorite music artist is.
Um, I don't really know that many.
No, but
Um,
who do you like to listen to the most?
I guess the Avett Brothers. I
But
don't
that's a
know
good
any
answer.
other
Yeah.
bands.
What's your favorite Avett Brothers song to listen to?
Locked Up.
Locked Up. Oh, we're gonna have to play that one on the episode tonight then, just for you, because that's your favorite song. Now, how many times have you seen the Avett Brothers in concert?
Um, 4. I think.
Four?
Let me recount. Okay.
Okay.
Indianapolis,
Let's
New Year's Eve,
see.
Peoria,
Here.
and then here in Champaign.
Yeah, 4. It was 4.
4 shows. You've been to twice as many Avett Brothers concerts that I've been to. How about that?
How many have you been to?
2. That's it. Just 2. So you're like a seasoned pro compared to me. You've been to so many shows. Now, did you see them play Locked Up live when you were there?
Yes.
Yeah. Was that like the coolest thing ever?
Yeah, I also do like laundry room.
You liked it or didn't like it?
I liked
Oh, you
it.
liked it? That is a fun song when they play that live. I like it on the record too. Now, do you have a record player? Like
Yes.
in your bed, you have your own record player?
Yes.
How old are you?
8.
You're 8 and you have your own record player? Do you have
Yeah,
your
I
own
got for
records?
Christmas.
Yeah, that's really cool. Now, does your dad let you borrow his records or do you have your own special records?
I have my own records, but sometimes I do use his.
Well, that's nice of dad to let you do that. Does he help you put them on? Or are you good at putting them on the record player now?
I can put them on, but I'm not very good at putting what's it called? The needle on.
Me either. I have one that automatically goes on when I hit start. And I'm glad that I have that because I'm afraid I would scratch up the records because I would drop the needle on there. Do you have one you have to place on specifically
Yeah.
on there? That's tough. So you're good at it if you've been playing with it a lot. So how many records do you have?
I don't know. My favorite records are the Christmas ones I got.
Christmas
Oh,
one.
but
Oh,
I do have a picture one.
well, which one?
Picture disc.
What is that?
A pictured disc is a record that has a picture on it.
Oh, I see. So it's actually on the record. Okay. And that's a Christmas one?
No, it's a
No.
Frozen one.
Oh, I think I've seen that record before at the store, at the record store. With does it have Olaf on there? Or is it just Anna and Elsa?
Anna and Elsa.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen another one that Olaf may have been on. Do you
Um,
like Frozen a lot?
um, kind of. So,
Yeah.
when I got my record player, I also got a Star Wars one too, and then we bought the Christmas ones at a store.
Very nice. What Christmas albums do you have?
I don't
Brenda Lee.
Brenda Lee, and I don't remember the
Brenda
other
Lee,
one.
that's
It's
pretty
the
good.
compilation.
Yeah, and I don't think I like the compilation because it has a song I don't like on there.
It has songs you don't like on there.
Yeah, that's why I play the other one.
Oh, okay. So there's Christmas music that you don't like?
Yeah, because it's like a naughty one.
Naughty.
Yeah, like when the kid's always naughty, and I don't like it.
You don't like that? Now you mentioned Star Wars. Now I know you're a big Star Wars fan. And you got to go to Disney World and see the Star Wars land, right? I saw it a couple years ago. That place is pretty cool. What'd you think of it?
It was cool. We got the 2 new droids. We got the vampire and the snowman.
That's very cool. Now, did you get to talk to like um the stormtroopers? Did they talk to you?
Yes.
That's kind of scary, right? When they start talking to you?
Yeah, I think we did also see like I know we saw somebody else.
You see Chewbacca walking by?
Chewbacca's
Yeah,
pretty
but
cool. He's
what was
big.
the backer? That was
Oh,
Who's
Kylo
that?
Ren. Did you see
yeah. I
Kylo Ren?
think we saw
Oh,
Kylo Ren.
yes, I remember seeing him too. He's scary when he talks to you.
Kind of.
Kinda, right?
One of my favorite rides was the Millennium Falcon, which I gotta do it twice. With
That's
my
really
mom,
cool.
we gotta be in the first row, and with my
Whoa.
dad, I shooted the things. My dad was behind me.
Who was the pilot?
I don't know, but the second time, me and my mom were pilots.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I got
But
stuck in the back when I did that ride. There was a long line. I remember being in a long line for that one.
we got fast passes.
Right. I think we had a fast pass too, but we still got stuck in the back of the ride. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I see
Yeah.
you got a Star Wars shirt on too. So you're a big Star Wars fan. Have you seen all the movies?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I hate number 3.
Number three of the newer ones, or the number three being
Movies.
Return of the Jedi?
No, the newer ones.
Newer ones. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. The
3
original
is
ones are great.
terrible. I hate it.
Now,
Like I literally spoiled it for my mother, even though she has never seen it.
you spoiled it and she's never seen it. So now
Yes.
she has no reason to see it now, right?
Well, I haven't told her the whole story.
It's
I
an
just
interesting
told her
story.
that I hate that Queen Amidala dies and
Oh,
and
spoiler alert.
Jeffrey and stuff.
Spoiler
Because I
alert. You can't say stuff like that without saying spoiler alert first. There may be people that haven't seen it yet. I'm just teasing.
Well,
I'm just teasing. So are you gonna go to any Avett Brothers shows this year? Do you have any on the schedule?
no.
I don't either right now. I don't either. It's sad, but we'll get by. Oh, do you like the new song? Have you listened to it enough?
Yes.
It's a what is my daughter says it's a banger. Do you think that?
I think it's okay.
It's okay. I'm gonna talk to your dad more about that coming up here in a little bit, but
you want to say bye?
Bye.
you're going? Okay, bye. Thank you, Hazy. That was fun. Thank you, Tim, for letting her do that. Um, I did not expect her to come on. That was a nice surprise. I thought for
She
sure.
originally said no, but then like an hour ago, she's like, I think I will. I want people that I want to say hi. So
That's cool. That's very
and
cool.
once she started, you seen she was good. Once you talked to her about stuff.
Yeah,
She
now
was-
I didn't even get to talk to her about the art stuff. I wanted to talk to her about her
Oh,
drawing.
yeah.
Can you tell her she has a homework assignment? I was
Okay.
hoping that she would draw a picture of her being on my show.
Okay.
Then you could take a picture of it and I'll post it and stuff, and
All right.
people will get a kick out of it if she wants to. If she doesn't, that's
Okay.
so. Tim, how you been?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Hanging in
Uh,
there.
New album, new single. I know at first you weren't sure about the song, right? The first time you
Not that
heard
I
it?
wasn't sure about it. I mean, it's just, I like to let it process and listen to a bunch of times before I like, especially since, it's just the single and I don't put a lot of, I know some people get, expectations are so high and I'd
Sure.
kind of be like, let it, so let us listen to it, see how it is. And the more I listen to it, the more I like it. I'm glad that it's different. And
Yeah,
I mean, I actually, more excited than the last few singles. I think this was a good choice of,
it's
something
definitely
that leaves
different
me hope for the rest
from
of the album.
yeah, from what they've done now. I've seen people posting things like that they're going a poppy route now and it's gonna be the whole album's gonna be different. I
But,
don't see that happening.
yeah. But my thing is, listen, the same exact thing was said when Emotionalism, I Love
Yeah.
You, like every album there has been somebody with something to complain, you know,
Right.
with opinion. And that's what happens when you have a band who's been around forever. It's not new one album and you get to be excited about one album. You're comparing it and not only comparing it to the past, what you want their future to be, what you think it should be, instead
Right.
of the artist, and letting the artist be. I mean, I just think people put their own expectations, they build up instead of just letting it, just enjoying it. And you know, not meaning you don't have to like it, and you can
Right.
still be a fan and not like an album.
Oh,
You
sure.
know,
They
that's
have
kind of
so
the
many
point now.
albums. You're
Yeah, there's so
you
many
have
albums you
songs that
get
you like.
to.
Oh, I'm
So,
sorry.
but so yeah,
But you
you know,
still
I'm
hear
excited
people.
about the new album.
Yeah, I am too. I can't wait to hear more of it. Now we kind of know three of the songs already.
Yeah,
Um, with I'm blanking on the name of the one that he played at a show like
coffee,
7 years
cheap
ago.
coffee.
Cheap Coffee, yeah. I wonder how much that will have changed in the 7 years
Yeah,
since he played it in front of people for the first time. Or
yeah.
I kind of hope it stays exactly the way he played
It
it.
stays pretty close. Yeah, but I don't know. I really don't know. I think there'll be, maybe there'll be some minor changes, I would imagine, but I kind of expect it to be, I mean, I expect more of the feel of more of the band, obviously. It's not, I don't think it's going to be him solo, you know, but I think that they'll keep it, you know, it'll be kind of a ballad and,
See, that's
you
what I
know,
figured it
ish.
would be just him and
Yeah,
like an Untitled Four type of thing.
yeah, I don't think that, I think it'll
No?
be the whole band.
Oh, well, now I'm excited because
So,
that's I did not expect it.
but maybe very subtle, you know, to have, you know, who knows how they'll work in Joe and,
Right.
you know, Tanya and everybody. Yeah, I think it'll be, you know, I imagine it's everybody. I'll be surprised if it's just like, say, Scott Seth, you know.
Yeah, well, I'd be happy either way, whatever they do. I'm not picky. Like people still, I hear it all the time complaining about Closer Than Together and how people just never got into that album, and just don't get it. Like maybe it's because I got on board late with them, but I absolutely love that whole album.
My thing about
Most of
that,
it. There's a
there are
couple
some
songs.
amazing songs, which they
Yeah,
still never played live or
right.
haven't played live very much. And then like the strings are wonderful. I mean, it's an amazing sounding album. It's, you know, probably their best sounding album overall, you know, and then people have some obviously complaints about some of the lyrics, but
Right,
I've just always taken it as this is them in that moment. This
right.
is how they felt that day when they wrote that song. I don't think, you know, you don't have to agree with it, but it's their perspective at the time.
Yeah,
And
how can you hold it against them
this,
when it's
you
their
know,
thoughts? I
I
mean,
think when you go back through it all, like, you know, I think it's a good thing. And I actually think artists should do it too. I guarantee most artists don't, but I think it would be good before you make a new album, you should go back and listen to everything you've done, you
woof.
know, and I think fans should do the same thing. I think fans should
Yeah,
go back. And I am actually a fan of starting with the newest and going back
that's
instead of
interesting.
starting at the front at the beginning and going, you know, and like just hearing it go back is kind of nice, I feel
That is
like.
cool. Either way is fascinating though, because
Yeah.
they've changed so much over the years. The evolution is, I'm excited to see what the new album is really, because will they continue evolving into something new or, will they go back to an old sound?
Yeah.
I'm happy either
And
way.
only complaint would be, you know, it looks like 9 songs or maybe really only 8. Because
Right,
the first one kind of doesn't seem like a full song, you know.
right.
That
Oh,
would be the only small complaint, I
yeah,
suppose.
because what does it say? There's a vocal intro
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah. So
So it
I'm
could
kind of
could be
thinking
short.
that that isn't, yeah.
And
But
we already know three of the songs.
three of them.
So there's really only what, 6 songs, five
Yeah.
songs that we don't know.
But
Well, we know with the
and
first
still,
one.
if it's the songs they wanted and they could all be amazing, and then the album would be easy to listen to again. Like I always think back in high school, obviously one of the biggest albums for me was Nas's Illmatic, and it's only like 31 minutes, maybe not even that.
Wow.
So it's really short. And I always thought, man, it should be longer. But now as I'm older, I'm like, oh, it's perfect. You should
You
have, you
appreciate
know,
it,
you can listen to it twice in an hour,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
right.
So
How,
that would be the good thing. It doesn't take up
how
all your
often does
time.
that happen? Like never, right? No albums are normally that short.
Yeah.
No.
But
So what have you been up to with the whole long story short thing?
you know, still tracking down a lot of things. I interviewed someone who wrote about them early on and interviewed them like in 2002.
Hmm.
So we tracked down some of those interviews. His name is Timothy Davis. He wrote for Creative Loafing. He's the only person I know that reviewed Country Was.
Oh, really?
So, I mean, because obviously it was self-released, so
Right.
it's not like any major magazine was going to review it, but he reviewed it. So that's interesting, the find. And just he had a few good stories about seeing them, with only a few people there and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to share a bunch of that stuff coming up.
That's
Uh,
cool.
a few other things, a bunch of other things lined up, and really just still, I go through every year and every concert trying to find anything, every interview. So, that continues on and it's never ending.
Yeah, that'll be never ending, right?
Yeah.
Because the odds
But,
of finding every single thing probably get harder every year.
yeah, but at the same time, more things pop up or more, just different information. Like within that, with him, like, okay, they have the big banners, right? And now back, the ship, they have the teardrops, behind the stage.
Yeah.
Well, their original one, I I found out in an interview because they hung up. I have one picture of the original one they used to have in 2001, 2002, and wasn't very big. It was probably actually, according to him, it was like 10 by 10 or
Oh, wow.
something, and it was just like a guy similar to the Nemo cover, Nemo Volume 1 cover, kind of
Okay.
it's drawing just a guy Scott drew. But it's like that. And it says Avett Brothers. That's kind of the original one. And he was there when they put it up once, and he was like, it delayed the show. He was like, oh, like they didn't put it up before the show. They tried to put it up right when the show was supposed to start, and it took him like 20 minutes to put it up. And and
Put up
like
a 10 by
he
10.
wrote about it in his review of the show that he pulled out for me. So that was interesting to hear like someone else mention that, where I only had like one picture and I'm like, man, how many times did they ever use it? I wonder if they still have it,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, you wonder.
But
Did they ever use that logo on t-shirts? Because I swear I've seen that somewhere before. Like
I
a
mean, again,
long,
like
long time
on the
ago.
Nemo shirts, it's a similar guide to like the Nemo shirts. Like he's on the Nemo shirts, but I don't know. Um, he's on an Avett Brothers sticker, like an
Maybe
early
that's what
Avett
I'm
Brothers
thinking of.
sticker.
Okay.
So, but
Are
I
you
don't
gonna
think a
post
shirt. I think
pictures of
it's
that
just a
stuff,
sticker.
I
Huh?
assume? You're gonna post pictures of that stuff or whatever you have?
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
So,
So I was talking to one of the other DJs at Rockin' the Suburbs Radio. Actually, he's the program director, and he played the new Avid song last week on his show. And he had mentioned, this was their second self-titled release. Now, I said, I don't think that first self-titled release was actually released, right? Wasn't it just
uh,
a CD?
well, how do you guys, here's my thing. It's like, it depends on how you want to, okay, it was never released by a record label, but did they put it out and sell it?
Well,
But
they
here's the
did,
tricky
right?
thing about them. It originally was sold as under Nemo, right?
Oh,
It wasn't under the Avett Brothers name. When they
okay.
recorded it at the end of March, it's like March 20, the end of March into April, they recorded it. And they just made a cassette tape. But they weren't the Avett Brothers. They were
Right.
Nemo. They were
Yeah,
Nemo heavy rock band, Nemo acoustic band.
right.
So this is released under Nemo, and it was that was usually referred to as Volume 1 at the time too.
Hmm.
Um, so and then eventually they switched the name in 2001. In June 2001, they switched the name to Avett Brothers, and they're still selling that CD because obviously they haven't made Country Was yet. It's the only thing they
Right.
had. So they're still selling it. And in some of them are still called Volume 1, but then when they use a different picture, it's a picture of Scott and Seth from I can't think of the show. I have the picture and I know what show it's from, but I can't think of it offhand. It's just as Avett Brothers, so we refer to it as self-titled, just
Ah,
because that is what it said. So, like, did they ever say that? Probably not. I don't know that it was, but I mean, I would say if this new album is self-titled, I would say it's the second time.
so he was right. Okay, I told him he was
I
wrong.
would say it was. I mean, I would say it was. And like, obviously, if you look Wikipedia and those
Yeah,
kind of
it's not
things,
listed on the discography there, but he
there's a,
found it on what is it, list.fm?
okay. Yeah. I
It
mean,
was
there's a
listed on
lot of
there.
things wrong on the internet,
Yeah, oh,
obviously,
really?
but there are, it depends. And, and they like to refer to that as just a bunch of demos. But my thing is they sold it. It
Yeah,
was for
that is
sale.
true. That is true.
People bought it. So that's the same thing of like, I'm with people now, they'll say this is so and so album. And they don't count like the third Gleam and the second Gleam as albums. I count them all as albums. I understand. Even my thing is the third Gleam is 8 songs, which makes it not an EP, which
Right.
makes it an album. 6 songs and less is an EP going
Okay.
back to the 50s in the recording industry. So,
So there
but
you go.
anyway, I do count it if this is if there because there's been some dispute. I read one article where it's just untitled, but assuming the numbers add up to Avett Brothers, it's self-titled. But I'm assuming that they're just, I mean, they don't normally count the first one. They count it as more as, and
Demos.
Bob's not on that. So that's
Right.
fine.
Right.
But as far as I'm concerned, this would be the second time.
So Keith, if you're listening, you were right. I'm sorry. You are correct.
But
According to Tim, which it doesn't get better for a source of being right or wrong about the Avett Brothers. So there you go. Did you have a copy of that, or do you still have a copy of
yeah,
that?
I have that and a bunch of others. Because here's the thing about that first album. So obviously, and they recorded a bunch of other songs for it. They made a tapes. Just Scott and Seth, wrote a group of songs. They made a tape. They sent it to John Toomey. He wrote his guitar parts to that.
Right.
And then they all met at obviously Scott and Seth's in Jim's workshop, recorded it over a day and a half. And they just but they just recorded 6 songs. They didn't record any more. Although they had a bunch of other songs they could have recorded.
Right. We had this conversation on a
Yeah.
different Zoom call once, and you
Yeah.
said that they had all these other songs, but they never recorded them.
Yeah, they didn't record them. They,
Oh.
whether they just ran out of time or they just had because it was Jim's friend that brought his studio equipment over and they
Oh,
recorded.
okay.
And I'm sure there was crunch for time and like,
Sure.
hey, let's do these. And
I
they
wonder
chose.
if those 6 songs, if anything ever got pulled out of them for other songs, like a line here or there. Because you said
No,
that Scott likes to do stuff like that or has done
no,
stuff like that.
not any of those. I mean, those are songs they've played, at some point, most of those songs live, except for I Love You Still.
Right.
Because even like My Lady in the Mountain, they sound checked it in like 2009.
Oh, wow.
And it's been played live earlier than obviously in the early days. All those songs were played live except for I Love You Still.
Do you think they even know how to play any of that old stuff
Yeah, I
anymore?
mean, even it had to be what 5, 6 years ago now on Instagram. Seth played a little bit of Kind of in Love,
He
just
did?
like a little clip, like,
Oh, I don't think I've seen
like
that.
it wasn't very much. It was probably like
Yeah.
15 seconds, But yes, they could. I mean, they probably couldn't play them right away, but because they were one band rehearsal,
Well, right.
play any of them?
Yeah.
Yes, they could. I
That's
mean, it's like any of them.
I don't
You know,
have a memory like that. I would not be able to be
but
a singer.
would they play them outside of obviously Seth playing in February 2000?
Right. Yeah, that still
Most of them,
pops up every now and again, right?
if somebody requests it and he feels like playing it, I mean, it's been
That
played a few
yeah,
times.
there's I think it was just a couple years ago he
Yeah.
played it, and
Because John Crow requested it, I think, or like
oh, that
mentioned it at songwriting. And then
yes.
he played it once before that in 2011. And then he played it in 2005. And then he also played Kind of in Love a couple times in 2005.
No kidding.
But those Green Eyes, My Lady in the Mountain were only played earlier. I have live versions of them,
That's cool.
but they were playing them in like 2000, 2001. Then I think they go away. But again, I do have a sound check of My Lady in the Mountain from I think it's 2008, 2009, I think. Where
You have a
there's
good memory. I can't
so,
imagine remembering anything. Like I have
but
the worst memory in the world.
yeah, I do think they could bring some of those. I mean, I think My Lady in the Mountain could come back and would blow people away. I
Don't
mean,
you think Kind of in
uh,
Love would too? I
oh
think
yeah,
people
but
would
my thing
love
is
to
them
hear
making
that.
fun of it during May It Last kind of was like,
They
oh, it's
did.
never happening.
Right, and they
It's
did
never
make fun of it
happening.
there, but man, that would blow people away if they
Oh
played
yeah.
that one. Even if they just played it once.
If it was like
It'd be
once a year
great.
or once a year, yeah. They just like
Yeah,
broke it out one time, people would be like, oh my God.
that
Yeah.
would be spectacular. But put it out into the universe, so we got to get that one out there sometime. Maybe this year they'll play it. You never know. Uh, but do you think, oh, that was another question someone had brought up. I don't know if I talked to you about this. Do you think they're gonna put out a second album this year, perhaps? Could we get 2 albums in one year? I've heard it
I
tossed out there
don't
because
know.
it's only 9 songs, and
Yeah.
they have
Maybe there's
lots of
something
stuff they've
more.
been working
Yeah.
on.
You know,
It's
I don't
it's
know. I
supposed to be
mean,
a big year for them.
yes, and I expect the obviously Mininet to be released on vinyl.
Right.
Um,
I mean, that's happening,
obviously,
right?
yeah,
They talked about
yeah,
that
it's
before.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then Scott. Jessica, no, Seth, Jessica Lee Mayfield, and Paul were in the studio recently
Oh,
making something.
okay.
So I kind of asked Paul, he wouldn't give me any clues. He said he couldn't give anything away. I
Oh,
asked for like a clue of what it was, and he couldn't, he didn't say anything. So
that's cool.
um
What happened with the whole Paul thing with the Avett Brothers? When
he just wanted to, I think he just wanted to open up a recording studio. Can't do that on
he
the
just didn't
road.
want to tour with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, he was just like he subbed a little bit, when was it when Bob got COVID?
Oh,
He was,
sure. Of course.
but he's got his jazz band and
Yeah.
albums with a whole bunch of people.
I
Like
love his stuff.
he
He's
seems
so
super
good.
busy.
I'm friends with him on Facebook. I got to try to get him on the show. I think that would be an interesting conversation. I don't know if he'd do it or not, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it out there sometime. We've got next week I've got the Way Down Wanderers coming on the show.
Oh, nice.
That'll be cool. And then the week after that, guess who I've got coming on? He agreed to it today. You'll never guess. Pete Schroth or Schroet.
Oh,
How do you say his
awesome.
last name? Do you know? I think it's Schroet.
I
I've
probably
heard him
don't.
say it. I'm gonna ask him
That's
before.
good. That'd be nice.
But yeah, that'll be fun.
He's a great guy.
He's like, I don't think I'm interesting enough to come on. I don't know if I want to do it. I'm like, are you kidding me? I've already in my head come up with 40 minutes worth of questions to ask you. We'll be fine. Said I always prepare all this stuff and we end up just having a conversation and I don't get to half the stuff I want to.
And he
But
obviously has a great story of how he joined the Avets, and well,
that's my
that'd be
first
good.
question to him,
Yeah,
how he
this
joined.
is a
So
great story, and all that, and you know,
I'm excited for that one.
so
So anyway, what do we got going on here? We are running out of time as always. It comes so fast. And thank you to Hazy again for coming on.
like she
Does she
brightened
have
it up.
does she have any other favorite songs? So she didn't really answer
She
that.
wants them to play "It's Raining Today."
Well, yeah. So do I.
That's what she wants.
Okay,
That's
so
what she's like. Why? She'll ask me every once in a while when the concerts are going on. She's like, "Have they played it yet?" And I'm like, "No, they have not played." It's
that
raining today.
song needs to be played. That song needs to be played.
She likes Kick Drum Heart, but each time she has seen it live, well, when she saw it live at New Year's Eve, there was a light that was like just it would directly in her eyes, so like she couldn't see, and she was
Oh
like so
man.
upset that so that just at a bad angle for that, but she
I'm
likes
just
that.
trying to
But
I'm trying to pick music here for the episode. So what other artists does she like and what do other songs?
oh man,
Do you know off the top of your head anything
I
like
mean that you would play on the show, that I don't know, because she likes
I'm not playing Christmas music,
yeah, I was gonna say she loves, that's her, her favorite record. Her favorite thing is Christmas music. So
but not songs about bad kids. We learned that. So
yes.
that's good. You've done something right there, Tim. That's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what I mean.
All right.
No, she likes. I'm trying to think what we listen
I
to
mean,
that she
she
really likes.
listens to so many different things
She listens. There's
because
a
of
lot of things
you
I
and
listen to, and I tell
yeah.
her about them, and she asks about them. And some things she likes, and some things, like she likes to dance to music, so she likes when I play James Brown and those kind of,
That's cool.
she like, so
You're raising a very cool kid, who to me seems like she has an old soul. I don't know if that's true. I don't know her. I've never
mhm.
talked to her outside of just
Yeah, I mean, she's,
meeting her here.
she's someone she care, she has a huge heart, but she doesn't
Right.
always, she puts it out there in different ways. Like it's not always in a very vocal way, or like it's in a very, she just shows her emotions sometimes differently in different
Yeah.
ways, I suppose.
How is she with her sister? She's amazing with her, right?
Yes, she is, even though, they're kind of at that point now where they get on each other's nerves sometimes.
Dude,
And she
that's gonna
worries about,
happen
she
that's gonna
worries
happen the
about
rest of their
Sally.
lives.
Yeah. But she worries about Sally a lot, obviously.
Yeah, yeah,
She hates, Sally gets sick or a seizure or something.
of course, right. That's gotta
So,
be hard. And being so young. I mean, she's only 8 years old.
yeah.
Um,
So,
that's
and she
not
still
easy
sometimes,
for
like,
anyone.
she holds on to a lot of memories. Like she holds on to all the times, an ambulance comes to her house, and,
Yeesh.
she worries, she'll just every once in a while be like, Sally gonna die,
Oh
you know,
gosh.
thing. But
That's
we
scary.
talked to her. I talked to her, and she loves her sister. She's really good. She's a really good big sister. She's
That's
very passionate about things, and Hazel's very loyal, I would say. Like, you know, if you're her friend, she's by your side, you know, even to her, you know, the couple friends she has at school, she would do anything for them, even at this age. She's extremely loyal.
That's very cool. I hope they stay friends, because that would be nice to have friends to grow up with like that. But she seems like a really great kid, and and she's artistic, right? She likes to draw a
She
lot.
really loves art, you know. She loves it's her favorite class in school. She likes to just, you know, she likes to paint. She's been painting some,
See,
you
that's
know.
exciting. I think
She,
that her thoughts of, compassion and all this stuff you're talking about eventually is going to come out through a paintbrush when
yeah,
she's a little older. And
you
I
know.
don't know. I just have a
Now,
feeling she's going to be an artist.
so and she works really, she's, you know, improved a lot and done because, you know, I'm not very good at any of those things. And for when she was little, I was like, she reminded me of me, but she's done it so much. She has improved tremendously, you know.
It changes fast too, because I
Yeah.
remember my oldest daughter that's away at college. She's an art minor in college right now with her psychology major that she's working on. But she used to do drawings that were cute, whatever, but not great. And then all of a sudden, she like eighth grade into ninth grade, she started painting amazing paintings. Like, I showed David Childers some of her work, and he's like, "Man, she's got the gift. I hope she stays with it." I told her that. She's like, "He said that?"
Mm,
Like, that was pretty cool. So
yeah.
if she sticks with it, she's gonna be a really
You know,
amazing artist.
you know, help her and whatever she wants to do, whatever passion that's my thing is that's her finding a passion.
Yep,
So
I like that. All right, so we'll play some music. I'm gonna throw some James Brown in because you mentioned James Brown. Anything else you can think of that
man,
she
I'm trying to
likes to
think
dance to
offhand. Oh,
besides Christmas music?
yeah. I mean, I can't tell you how much Christmas music we listen to when she gets the choice. It's a lot.
Even like this time of year, she's listening to Christmas
Yes.
music. Oh wow,
Yes. She
that's the
loves the
passion.
idea of Christmas. Uh Man, I'm trying to think. I mean, there's she likes the Pointer Sisters. I know that.
Nice.
Let me
I'm so
think.
excited. That one.
Yes, she loves I'm So Excited. Yeah.
We'll play that one in honor of Hazy. There you go. All right, that's good.
Uh,
I've got a handful of songs. All right, Tim. Anything
all
else
right.
you want to mention before we go? How can people sign up for Long Story Short on your Patreon
We
page?
can go to you can go to Patreon. You can get a free trial too. Like you can just sign up and check it out. Or you can sign up at the $2 level or $5 level. I
Or
still
any,
have
you can put any amount in you want, right?
yeah. Yeah, but you can get it all. You can get it for $2. Just
Right.
and I have just a handful of print issues left of some of a lot of them are sold out. I still have some like early ones where I have like 8 or 9 left of those. But if follow me on like Instagram or somewhere, it's all linked in there. You can find it, and you know,
So get on there,
hopefully
patreon.com
could use.
slash
I mean,
long
with the
story short.
Avetts, with a new album, maybe a bunch more people sign up, and I'll keep like again, I'm hunting down old radio shows, old shows,
Your
all kinds
Patreon's
of
awesome. There's
videos,
so much to go through.
everything.
And
Yeah,
that's the thing. If you join now, you can kind of scroll back through everything, right? You
yeah.
can see
You can go
everything.
back and see everything.
So
Yeah.
that's worth it right there. There's so much cool stuff on there. What did you think of I saw that they posted a new drawing today
Oh,
of
yeah.
with the car. And was that
Mhm.
a Scott drawing? Do you know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Scott.
I saw someone say
I
nice
would assume it's Scott. I
computer.
mean, it looked like Scott to me.
Yeah.
So, the original Nemo website had a car too, on
Really?
the front page. Uh,
Really? So
Similar to that one. It's like one of but it's not it wasn't that exact car or Seth's, in the curve car,
right, right.
but it was similar. But yeah, I have a picture of that too. I'll
See,
have to
we
look
have
that
like
up.
3 minutes left here. I've also heard people saying, they had the self-titled release at the beginning. This is a self-titled release. It's the end of the Avett Brothers.
Oh,
I
come
think that's
on.
crazy
There's
because I've
way
heard
too much music. They have way too much music. What would they do?
right.
If
Well,
we,
when I heard that
no,
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you.
no, you're fine.
When I heard someone say that, or I read it somewhere, the first thing I thought is their father. He's 70, almost 77 years old, still touring, still playing music, says he could
Yeah,
never stop. Why are they going to stop in their
yeah,
40s? They're not going
yeah.
to. There's
That's
no
not.
way.
And they would just have so many songs, even if they didn't even make any more, they could put out so many albums of stuff. Like that isn't happening.
Yeah, I
There'll
can
be
buy
a lot
that.
more. There'll be more.
Good to hear.
So
Good to hear.
I'll be
Maybe
interested to hear I want to hear their explanation though of the album, because I mean, they know they put thought into those things. They put a lot of care in sequencing the album still, even though most of the music industry doesn't care anymore. It's the
right.
singles, it's a song driven thing, but they still put a lot of work in sequencing it and artwork, album title. So I'll be interested to hear their reason.
Yeah, I had
So
Ryan Boyles on last week, and he was talking about the song titles. The first, what was it, 7 of them are 2 words, and the last 2 are 3 words. He goes, there's got to be a meaning behind even that because they
what
put
do you
so
mean?
much thought into this stuff, don't they?
Yeah,
I
it
don't I
could
don't know
be.
what that meaning is, but maybe they'll
Yeah,
tell us someday. You got to corner Scott in the room and tell him to tell us because you
yeah.
said he'll spill the beans.
But yeah, well, Scott, he might, but he also might start to tell you and then drift off and tell you a totally different story. So
Well, and people will be happy with that too, whatever. It's all good. So I love the new song. I've listened to it like 10 times a day, and I'm trying to dissect the lyrics. Um, like it's got dark lyrics for being such an upbeat song, and we have a minute and a half here, so not a lot of time. But what do you think of the lyrics, quick?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I
We have
agree with
enough
that.
time.
That, um, yeah, I don't know yet what to think of it at all. I'll be interested to hear the whole album and how it all
That's true.
lyrically goes together, or doesn't.
Or doesn't, right?
Yeah.
We will find out soon enough.
Yeah.
May 17th, the album comes out. And did you pre-order a vinyl yet?
I have not. I gotta choose. I don't know what color to choose.
Right.
At some
I'm in the
point.
same boat.
Order.
I may have gotten one pre-ordered for my birthday, but I don't know which one. I gave them a choice of 3. I said either the red, the bone, the opaque bone, or what was the other one that I was saying? I don't know. Not the blue one, because that was the record store one. Whatever it was, I don't know. But I think I want that opaque bone one. I really like the idea of that color album, but I don't care. I just want one. Even if it's just black, it's fine. All right, Tim. Well, thank you
All
for
right.
coming on again. I
Yep. I
appreciate it.
hope
And
your guests are going to be sick of me. I've been on here a bunch of times.
well, this is only your 4th time though, so it's not that bad.
Yeah. All right.
One time
I'll
hosting.
come
Thank
back
you for
again
hosting,
and
by the way.
yeah. I did my best. I just wanted to help you out. I
That was a
mean,
lot of fun. I enjoyed that episode a
so,
lot.
but
All
yeah,
right.
I'll come back anytime. Got something to talk about or a theme or anything that goes on. We'll figure something out.
Always a good conversation. Thanks, Tim. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
All right. Bye-bye.
Up later.